everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Meet the Developer, where we highlight, Filipino developers, our stories, our dev life, and maybe share some tips and tricks under our sleeves. So, yun, bago tayo magsimula, we just want to say, kamusta kayo dyan lahat? We hope na you're okay, safe at home, or wherever you are, kung saan kayo nakikinig or nanonood. Thank you for watching and thank you for supporting our episode. We also want to thank lahat ng nag-comment, nag-like, nag-share ng previous episode namin with Jay Hernandez. If you actually have missed that out, you can check the episode here, yan, where we discuss about open source and other stuff. So for tonight, we have two special guests. Hindi lang isa, we have two special guests. One is senior Java developer at Lotuslabs, and the second guest is a senior software engineer at Infinit-O Global Inc. And both of them are co-founders of SevTech Inc. Let's welcome our guests for tonight, Arjay Osma and Mina Opada. Hello, Mina and Arjay! Kamusta?
Hi, we're doing well. Quarantine is treating us well.
Nag-enjoy sa quarantine.
We're well adjusted na.
Well adjusted na. Welcome to the show.
How about you?
Ayun, good naman, good. Thank you for asking. Ayun, welcome to our show. We're very happy na in-accept nyo yung invitation here to actually speak and share stories. And nakakatuwa kasi hindi lang isang guest natin tonight, dalawang guest tayo today. So, just to give you a quick background, paano kami nagkakilala ni Mina and Arjay is because they actually have joined the HackPHQuarantine. The HackPHQuarantine is actually a hackathon wherein you think about different ideas to solve or help out with the COVID-19 issue and the quarantine issue. So they actually submitted two products, one from Mina and one from Arjay.
So we submitted together. We submitted two products. So each of those products is idea namin ng isa. So mine was Productive at Home. It's Productiveathome.club. So it's a way for people it's a platform so that you can share knowledge and then learn from other people then as well. So it's useful for sa quarantine kasi everyone's at home. So it's just a way for people to maximize their time in quarantine talaga. So that's what the platform is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Sa akin naman yung FakePatrol. It's FakePatrol.app. It's a platform where people can submit fake news for validation. And it allows people to crowdsource the validation process. So yun yung idea niya.
Nakakatuwa dun kasi they're trying to solve a certain problem and they're using their skills as developers to actually create that solution right away. Sabi nga ni Mina na tapos, I think yung FakePatrol, tapos mo lang 2 days ba yun, Arjay? Tapos, right?
Parang yan, approximately yan.
Yeah, kasi yung FakePatrol is supposed to be a mobile app. Kaso lang, Google took a lot of time. Hindi pa na-approve yata hanggang ngayon eh. Tapos noong April pa yun. Tapos the Productive at Home took 2 weeks then.
Ayun. Very nice job sa pag-complete and ganyan, di ba? Nakakatuwa. Ayun. Ang tawag dito is like, na-mention ni Mina na she's actually a computer science graduate. How about you, RJ? Are you also a computer science graduate or?
Actually, I'm an IT graduate. Information technology. But our job is somehow the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're both developers, so sa job namin, we're coding din. Pero our undergrads are different.
For sure, yung mga listeners natin, mga watchers natin, tataka sila. Anong kinaiba ng IT, BS IT, tsaka BS ComSci? Would anybody like to actually share? Like, yeah.
For computer science, I'm from UST, so sa UST, ang IT na course, they have hardware. So ang thesis nila, they were tinkering sa board. For CS naman, it's more theoretical. So it's about like creating an algorithm, about optimization. So ganun yung problems. There's no hardware, only software involved.
Sa IT naman, sa school ko, IT is more focused on how applications work and how they're going to be used by the users. And yung CS naman, focus sila sa just what Mina mentioned, yung mga algorithm, yung pag-solve talaga ng mga problems mathematically. So,
yeah.
Yung difference somehow ng IT sa CS.
So, parang sinasabi mo lang ba, if you just want to actually build an app, then just maybe you can just go and take IT and then
If you want to build an app, just learn online.
That's one way. Pero if you want to formalize your education talaga in programming or in computer science, you can take up the course.
Yeah. Actually, ang maganda ngayon sa generation, sa Gen Z ngayon is the computer science and IT, they have tracks na talaga. So parang pag CS ka, pwede kang sa optimization, pwede kang mobile app or software engineering, mobile app development, na iba na parang artificial intelligence. May mga ibang tracks na sa different schools. So it depends on talaga what flavors you want.
So parang
sorry, para sa IT pala may Cisco, like may routers, may something. May networking, yeah.
Networking, yeah.
May networking, yes.
At least this time around may specialty na kasi parang dati it's just like generic di ba? Like everybody would just like submit like a thesis na parang like, basta ito gagawin nyo or what. Parang gano'n lang, di ba?
Kaya yung mga nag-work ngayon sa industry, like if ever tatanungin sila ng CS ba or IT or computer engineering, all of them are doing programming, tapos iba-iba yung courses. So,
may ECE pa.
May ECE pa. Alam nila paano mag-program. So, nag-end up sila sa same job, pero different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So, better na yun, may specialization na.
By the way, Mina and Arjay are actually a couple. And speaking of jobs, na-curious lang ako is like, saan kayo nagkakalala? Is it sa job ba? Or somewhere, maybe an event? Or maybe sa school? Paano ba nangyari to?
I'm gonna take this one. Okay,
Yeah.
so we met the first job namin. So actually, our first job is parang, the company has 2 branches. So one branch is in Manila, that's where I was. Tapos the other branch is in Cebu, where he was staying before he moved to Manila. So ayun, so parang noong 2015, parang newcomer pa lang ako. Tapos siya, parang medyo may artsy side din siya. So he was the one doing the newsletter ng company. So he was designing it, parang layout, blah, blah. He's helping HR. Tapos syempre, pag newcomer ka, talagang may mandatory photo na ito yung newcomers, new hires pala, sorry. So ayun, while he was doing it, parang sinend yung photo, tapos parang he saw me on the picture in the newsletter, and then a couple of months later, gathered the guts to talk to me through parang intranet na chat namin through intranet lang. Ito so lame pa nga, yung first parang message na sa akin is, "Hi, ASL please."
Well, actually, at first, nakita ko siya sa magazine. Newsletter. Yun, parang ano lang, nakita ko sa picture, tas may friend kasi ako na HR dito sa Manila, and we're close. Tinanong ko siya if ever kilala niyo ba si Mina.
So, stalker moves.
Admirer.
Stalker moves.
So yun, tinanong ko kilala niya ba si Mina, tapos sabi niya parang, ano daw, magaling daw si Mina, intelligent, mabait, yung mga kanon. Yung mga typical na answers. Nadala naman ako. Pero yun, nag-chat ako sa kanya a few months after nung nakita ko siya.
And then, sorry.
And found things in common then. So, into startups, into building products. So, yeah, it worked out for the best naman, in the end, I think.
So far. Si RJ decided to actually move to Manila because of you, Mina ba? Is it the reason?
Yes, that's true. Because as much as LDR is fantastic in a way, it's very challenging. So, eventually, you would really have to move.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at least we conquered LDR.
Oh,
additional note din, yung job kasi natin is if ever lilipat ako, di naman mahirap maghanap ng job dito. Kasi most of the jobs are dito din naman so easier to transfer.
In demand kasi talaga.
Yeah. I think LDR kayo gano'ng katagal? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Parang
1 year.
More than a year, almost 2
tagal
years din.
Oo.
Tagal.
Pero ngayon, gano'ng katagal na kayo ngayon? Naalala niyo ba?
Parang 3+ years.
Tagal na.
3 official is new. Oo, medyo matagal na rin. Na nakasawa na din.
May... Nakasawa na ba? Nagsawa na ba, RJ? RJ?
Hindi pa naman.
May mga like nag-send ng mga messages nila. Kasi nag-ask ako ng questions like what it's like to be in a relationship with a fellow developer. Like for example, si Samantha Rose Cruz, yung pagandahan kayo ng ways to solve a CSS problem. Like together, parang gano'n, di ba? Pwede yun. And si Kit naman, ang sabi ni Kit, ayun, nagpa-print pa kami ng You are my CSS to my HTML shirt, pero nagkahiwalay din. Ha. Tumigil na ako mag-web design since then. Grabe, di ba? Oh, sorry to hear that. Meron pang mga, like for example, na answers was like, masaya kasi daw kapag need ng rubber ducky, I guess yun yung term nila sa isa't isa. Sabi,
true. Oh, yeah.
Rubber ducky.
Hindi.
Rubber ducky debugging.
Ay, hindi ko alam kung rubber ducky, di ba? Baka tawag lang yung sa doon niya. Ulitin ko. Tawag niya lang sa...
If people are familiar with rubber ducky debugging, correct me if I'm wrong, parang, this is the theory na parang, if you're stuck on a problem, parang, pag developer ka, mas-solve mo siya if you talk to someone. So, meaning yung rubber ducky, kausapin mo lang si Ducky na, Ducky, ito yung problem ko, parang,
I didn't know that.
Eventually, parang ma-solve mo siya.
That's actually good to know. I didn't know that. Parang, ayan, sabi ni Chami Changa, basahin ko siya. Yeah. New knowledge, right? Sabi ni Chami Changa, masaya kasi pag need ng rubber ducky, nagre-reply yung rubber ducky mo ng possible way to fix your bugs. Lol. Marami akong natutunan na back-end dev of stuff since yun yung field niya. Tsaka masaya may kausap ka about nerdy stuff. Tapos sabi niya, hello. Tapos yung si Corbo 7A, I think ito yung partner niya. And then sabi ng partner niya, hala. Tapos heart. And then and then sabi naman ni Kate Flores Banyes, may on-call code reviewer. Okay. Tapos yun. So in short, yun yung mga, parang, it seems like yun yung mga benefits, right? Ng just like having somebody na parang, I mean, you know, you're in the same field, you know what you're doing. Kayo ba may mga ganun, like, mga feeling?
Yes, I agree with yung user about the rubber ducky because sometimes I'm really stuck with something at work or kahit sa anong product na we're building. I run it by RJ and I think likewise he does it to me too. So parang we give each other insights then based on our different backgrounds. Kasi he's more of a front end. Full stack siya pero more of a front end. Ako medyo full stack pero medyo more on back end din. Parang kaya ko mag front end pero medyo back end. So we complement each other in that way. So that's why we're able to create those products then na yung Productive at Home tsaka yung FakePatrol. Parang you were able to work together to build those products. Ako sa medyo back, medyo sa front. Yeah.
Another thing then, Mitch, is that si Mina more on planning. She's the parang siya yung project manager ko when it comes to our projects. Siya yung project manager namin. Tapos ako yung developer. So yung kasi di ako napaplan eh. Tapos siya yung magaling mag-plan. So nagko-complement din kami on that end.
So perfect for startup.
Yeah. Ang isa, meron ano ba yung pinaka-nerdiest stuff na ginawa mo? Like, ginawa niyo sa isa't isa? Like, for example, you use technology to, like, maybe in some way, like, during a
To be
relationship?
romantic?
Yeah, in a relationship, yeah. Meron ba kayo nagawa?
Pero, hindi kami dun.
Hindi ba?
Pero, I mean, I admire yung HTML, CSS shirt, but if anything, parang technology is making us less of a couple, more of a business partner or workmate, parang gano'n. Kasi may nagtasi kami talaga mag-build ng mga stuff or like, try something new. Like ako, I learned React.js when I created yung isa sa mga products for HackPHQuarantine. Thank you for that. Doon lang ako natuto ng React.js. Parang gano'n. So
we're not using technology to
be romantic.
Wala. So, hindi ka pa natatry yun na ganun. Wala pa, totally.
Wala pa.
May isang.
Siguro
sige.
Sa Twitter.
Post sa Twitter.
Post ka sa Twitter o sa Facebook. Parang ganun lang.
May isang tawag dito. May nag-comment naman dito si Marge Martinez. Sabi niya, it's freaking hard daw and wala na kayong mostly na pag-uusapan, lalo na if same team and same table pa kayo. Like, basically, parang siguro lahat na pag-usapan nyo na.
Workmate.
Workmate. So, parang like, siguro ang isang question ko ngayon is like, ano yung mga challenges nyo naman? Like, syempre, there are good things, like being in a relationship with the same fellow developer, but there's also like, quirks na parang like, sana iba na lang, or sana ibang topic, or what, I don't know. I mean, may ibang topic, ibang profession, sorry.
Not to be cheesy, but I think, based on our educational and professional background, I think we're perfect for each other. Based on that, kasi not to be cheesy.
Okay.
Kasi he's MBA, so he has the business side. I'm an MBA student na for Pinosco. So parang ideal ko talaga is someone who's working on startups and also a dev. So it's really perfect. Like, we really complement each other talaga. As he's very good with tech and I'm very organized. So parang, like what he said, so, ano bang downside? Not to be like super cheesy, pero parang walang downside.
Yung downside siguro is, I think when it comes to scheduling yung projects natin, yung previous projects natin, di ba?
Oh, yeah, the only downside is we work too much, siguro, kasi no, when we were working on FakePatrol.app and Productive at Home, parang for the 2 weeks talaga, holy sorry to say, for Holy Week yun. So may 4 days, diba, so nag-code na kami sin day and night, pati weekend, para pag-gising, parang kain, pero nagko-code. So parang, hindi talaga siya romantic. Hindi siya boyfriend.
Ayun, in short, parang dun yung part na sobrang workaholic nyo, na to the extent na parang hindi kayo mag-boyfriend. Parang mag-partner lang kayo sa work.
We have to schedule quality time kasi makalimutan namin pag hindi ko namin schedule, or we'll take on too many clients or stuff. Grabe.
I think to yan. I think yung sometimes the quality time, yun yung nakalimutan right? When all of the distractions, or maybe work, not really distractions, you really have to have that, like parang, you need to have that quality time na parang, hey, kahit anong mangyari, let's focus on on ourselves naman, di ba? So parang yun. So, I think in any type of relationship, that is very important. Once na nakalimutan na yung quality time, at some point, I think may magkakaroon ng possible issues. Yan. Di ba?
Parang hugot.
Parang hugot ba siya? Joke. Joke. Hugot ba? Wala ba kayo naging issue when it comes to coding? Like, conventions, or maybe, let's say, for example, si Edward Madak, nag-mention siya kasi like, magkaiba kami ng coding convention ng girlfriend ko. One-liner siya, tapos ako, next line lagi pag may brackets or comma. Naiinis siya kasi hindi niya maintindihan yung code ko, tapos ayaw na ayaw niya kapag ako yung nagko-code para sa kanya. Pero overall, masaya, lalo na yung brainstorming ng project idea. Magkaiba kami ng concepts, pero we make ways para mapagsama yung idea na yun. Joan Palaganas, kwento natin dito. Ha 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 ha. Ayun, something like that.
Meron. So we have this client na, this is for SevTech Inc. yung startup namin. So, background lang. SevTech is, we do client solutions for MSMEs. So any solution like web app, desktop, mobile, so any for clients who really need it. Tapos parang medyo discounted kasi we really want to genuinely help them solve a problem sa kanilang business. So anyway, so we have this client. Tapos it's a desktop app na we built using Java FX, Spring, Hibernate. Tapos he was doing the UI. So nag-Java FX siya. Tapos he was trying out, so siya ba desktop app, diba? Pero yung ginagawa niya is parang web app design, na basta tampang. Sorry.
Pero tama na si RJ, parang nakaalala niya yung experience eh.
Basta parang ginawa niyang, basta maganda yung icons. Maganda siya pag sa web, pero pag sa desktop, umikit na isang pangit.
Ay, nakapasa sa QA.
Grabe, nais talaga ako, parang baguhin ko yan. Malapit na kasi yung release pa, no. Yung parang make it simple lang, don't make it too, kasi medyo hindi kasi technologically adept yung mga gagamit. So, wala silang pakialam sa design. Dapat readable. Lakihan mo yung font. Parang just think about the client, not about the design. He's good at that, pero baka parang may gusto lang yata siya i-try. Tama ba?
Actually, yes. May gusto lang ako i-try, pero gusto ko lang i-deliver yung something good for the client.
Nag-rehaul ng design.
How did RJ feel about that? Like ganun.
Actually, parang nasayangan din sa design ko. Kasi more than 1 week ko na yung ginawa eh. Tas
scrap lang.
Late yung pag-change. Tas sayang yung time. Yun, sayang yung nagawa ko. Pero eventually I found a way na pwede kong reuse yung design, tanggalin lang yung parang CSS niya or yung styling niya.
So, na-repurpose
din naman. So, may light pa rin sa end ng tunnel.
Yung light sa end ng tunnel? Mukhang medyo may ano siya.
So, just to point out, the good thing about it is, since we're in a relationship, I can leverage that relationship to not manipulate, to persuade him to persuade him to see whatever it is that I'm trying to, my point. But the bad thing is, since we're in a relationship din, na-strain din yung relationship namin for a while. Like, nag-away, nag-comics kayo, ako talaga design.
Yun yung mahirap din dun, no? Para in a relationship. Minsan pa, like, how can you actually balance, like, work in the relationship? Na knowing na you're just acting like ikaw, Mina, that time you were trying to be professional lang naman. Knowing that what's best for the client. Pero of course, at the same time, it's you who would be saying to RJ na, RJ, I think sayang yung work mo kasi lang nga, love kita, pero like yung mga ganun, pero hindi, alam mo yung ganun yung feeling. So it's like, how would you break it and ganyan? Yun.
Nangyari na kasi before na parang nag-away din kami about some technology, hindi ko na malala, pero basta about technical stuff. So the key is, kung paano ka mag-act sa kunwari office, I always imagine na kunwari office mate ko siya. Alam niyo yung reframing? You have to reframe your words. Diba? Parang, imbes na, that's wrong or you're doing it wrong. The design seems too uncanny or parang, don't you think it's hard for this na mabasa to ng client? Mga ganon. So, diba? So, parang medyo plastic, I don't care. Pero, it helps protect the feelings eh. So, nag-reframe talaga ako. Tapos nung ayaw na talaga, yun na, inis na. Daanin muna sa magandang usapan. Tapos pag ayaw. Ayaw talaga. Hindi, wala na. No! Scrap, di ba? Scrap. Ayun. But yan, after all of those, like, of course, meron tayong mga challenges and ganyan. Pero like, looking on the bright side, ano talaga sa tingin nyo yung parang pinaka-advantage of like having a partner na developer? My instant business partner. I mean, of course there are challenges pag you're in a relationship with someone na you're doing business with, pero we really try our best to manage it. So yun talaga, the first is mabilis kaming mag-build ng products together because back and front end, so it's really easy to be a maker. Second is we were able to create a startup and we're continuing to create some startups in the future na may ongoing actually. So ayun. So parang easy co-founder, di ba? Parang instant. So parang it's really helpful na may you have someone who understands what you're going through. Technical, business, life, parang the support system is helping me personally na makamit yung dream ko of like starting a business, helping people through technology, affecting change through tech, sa Filipinos.
Yun yung sagot ko, yung support system. Kasi most of my problems sa work, wala akong makakausap na ibang tao eh. Si Mina lang or if ever yung friends ko, pero yung friends ko nandun sa Cebu. So si Mina nandito, siya yung kasama ko. Kinakausap ko siya about those problems. Sinishare ko sa kanya. Tapos, likewise, siya din, nag-share din sa akin. Yun, it makes it easy for us to open things with each other.
Yeah.
Parang nakita ko na ang isa sa mga relationship goals nila talaga yung startup niya, one day, parang di ba? Oo, okay yun.
Yun talaga.
Yun talaga yun. And then, pero nung napakita niyo rin actually na during the quarantine, you actually did, each of you actually did your own portfolio sites, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it like a relationship goals din ba yun ngayon na parang like, sa pair kayo? Actually, yung technology nyo na parang like, na parang pair kayo together in some way, di ba? Parang alam mo yun.
Oo nga. We moved from, ang timeline nun is parang Fake Patrol na mobile app, tapos Productive at Home, tapos Fake Patrol na website kasi ayaw ng Google, hindi pa na-approve sa Play Store. Tapos we decided na, gawa kayo ng website. Parang, backstory lang. I have a website na kasi before na craftedserendipity.com. Tapos nag-expire na, blog. Tapos parang madami ng hits, like parang may 200 hits a day. About movies naman siya, lifestyle, travel. Kasi na nag-expire yung hosting ko. Tapos parang, since nung quarantine period, nag-expire yung hosting ko. Tapos, mahal kasi mag-hosting. But sabi ni Arjay na he read something on Twitter na parang, you can create your own blog even without the hosting. Kasi the hosting cost me like 5,000 pesos. May promo yung Bluehost before. 5,000 pesos for 3 years, 4 years. Tapos parang 1 year ko lang nagamit yung blog kasi wala akong time. Anyway, so yun. So parang he said na, you can only pay for the domain. Parang it's almost free kasi pag hindi naman known yung name mo or yung domain name mo is mura lang naman sa GoDaddy, diba? Yeah. So yun, so parang sige, let's do it. Let's build personal branding ko, no? Let's build our site. So that's when it started. That became our next project naman sa quarantine.
I think yung sabi mo kasi wala kang like parang something tech stuff na other like katulad ng mga ibang yung partners na developer. Pero I think yun sa inyo, it's more of really about building stuff together. Right? Yung building ideas together. It may not be that cheesy thing na parang alam mo yun. Parang pero sa inyo at some point, it's like whatever startup you're building, whatever ideas, it's like yung nabubuo nyo together siya into one. Which is basically you and Mina and Arjay into one. This is our startup. Parang ganun. Di ba? Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, Mina and Arjay, would it be okay to actually share kung paano nyo ginawa yun para sa audience natin if they wanted to create their own site or portfolio site without any hosting cost? Okay lang ba sa inyong dalawa?
Yeah, sure. This is why we're here.
By the way, pareho ba itong like Mina, anong ginamit mo sa iyo na technology?
So for my portfolio, for my website, it's minaopada.com. I used GatsbyJS for the code, Markdown for actually creating the text, and then Netlify to host the site.
And how about you,
Arjay?
Arjay?
Sa akin naman, I'm using NextJS, another flavor of React naman siya, or framework of React. Same thing, using GitHub for storing the files, and then Netlify for hosting the entire application, and then yung domain na yung babayaran natin or bibilhin natin if ever.
Ayan, sige. Sino gusto mauna?
Arjay.
Okay, Arjay.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Jack and Poy kayo. Okay. Arjay, talo ikaw na mauna.
Okay, so ito yung blog ko, more on anything related to JavaScript or Java. I write them here. So right now yung content niya is more on React. I just call it my notes. In order for us to create this kind of blog or portfolio, we will be needing NPM, Node, and also Git. At least those three. Yun yung kailangan natin para makapag-create tayo ng blog. So, in here, may parang blog starter na tayo. So, instead of trying to recreate or reinvent the wheel or start something from scratch, we're just going to use this blog starter from Kasibu for the NextJS application. So, it's a blog starter, pero pwede natin siyang gawin as a portfolio site. So yun, just make sure you installed Node, NPM, and also Git so that you can follow the instructions here. So, punta na tayo dito sa option 2, manual cloning of the application, para ma-copy natin siya sa local machine natin. So first, let's clone this repo. Git clone, and just basically copy this one. And after copying that, punta tayo sa IDE natin, or sa editor, and then let's clone that here. So, copyahin ko ulit yung code, and then paste ko lang dito. So after cloning, pwede natin siya i-add dito sa workspace natin. So add natin to. We can rename this, the folder, we can rename this one, depende kung ano yung gusto natin. Okay, so we're done cloning. We can go inside our directory. So just cd next the file or the folder name. And then after that, we have to install our dependencies via npm install command. Just press enter, and let's wait for the installation to finish. Yan. Yun, natapos na yung pag-install ng mga node modules natin, dependencies natin. Let's try to run this blog or this application. So npm run dev. Type lang natin yan, press enter. And it will compile the application and start our development server. So once it's up, we can just go to this link, command click lang natin, control click, and wait for it to finish loading. Okay, so ito yung parang bare or skeleton ng natin na application. This entire thing. May navigation, ito yung content, tapos ito yung footer. So you don't really need to set up everything from scratch, since the starter blog, the boilerplate, will help us create this entire structure. Itong boilerplate na to, pwede natin modify. Pwede tayong magdagdag ng mga posts, or we can consider this one as yung parang details ng portfolio natin. We can do that one. And we also have an about page. And pwede natin ilagay dito yung details ng about us, or ng project, or anything that you want to write down here. So this is powered by Markdown, and it's very easy to use. So let's try to go into one of these posts. City of Hipsters. May demo post siya. So yan, pwede kang magdagdag ng banner or yung image mo, and then yung content. So lahat ng nandito is written using Markdown. So saan natin ito makikita sa project natin? Or how are we going to add a post to our project or application? So just go inside our folder, you can find a posts folder, at dito makikita natin yung mga naka-markdown na files. So as you can see, demo post 1, yung URL na nandito din, yan yung file name niya. So kung ano yung ginamit natin na file name, yan yung magiging URL natin. So if ever magdadagdag tayo dito ng bagong file, -file.md, copy na natin muna to, and then paste natin dyan. This is a new file. Save natin. Our blog will have the new entry, which is this one. So pag click natin yan, same thing. Ito siya. This is a new file. May picture siya. Tapos yung content na wala, kasi wala pa tayong prepare na content. So that's how we're going to add our post later. Let's try to create the content of our blog. So first, if you know Markdown, it's very popular in the development world. So developers, it's very easy to create your blog or to create your portfolio. you can use this kind of setup. You don't have to learn other languages just to create this. So just, for example, copy lang natin to, yan, and then lagyan natin ng header or heading, tapos let's say subheading, another message, and then save. Oh, pag nakita natin siya dito, tapos nire-refresh natin, lalabas yung mga sinulat natin. So, dyan siya lalabas. So, NextJS is used for creating static websites, and also powerful din siya when it comes to server-side applications. NextJS will require less setup compared sa gagamit ka ng WordPress or gagamit ka ng ibang full-fledged na blogging platforms or site creators. Si NextJS kasi is a static site generator. As you can see, yung mga posts natin naka-markdown lang. These are static files, and then it will be served by our hosting provider as a full-fledged application talaga. So this is one of the ways that you can create your portfolio or your blog. So in order for you to add a post, just create a file or a markdown file. New post.mp, and then may pina-follow tayong format for the heading or the metadata. Ito yung front matter. You can just search this one in Google, and you'll be able to, at least you'll be able to find this three. Ito yung pinaka-important or yung required na data. Yung title ng post natin, kasi yan yung lalabas as the title here sa, for example, ito. Yun yung magiging title ng nandun sa browser. And then for the author, lalabas siya sa SEO mo. And also for the date, it will be used to for sorting the posts that we have inside our homepage. So, yan siya. Let's try to do the front matter metadata setup. So, title. Actually, you can just copy the previous ones, but you can also customize this on your own. This is my new post, and then author and date, at least those three. So, RJ. And then date is, yung format niya is naka siya, year, month, and then day. So 2020, date of today, 05/21. So yan. So, kung na-save natin yan, it will, supposedly it will auto-refresh in this page. It's the power of React auto-refresh. And then, as you can see, nandito yung new post natin. Automatically, pag nagdagdag tayo ng file, makikita yan kagad dito sa home page. So, pag-click natin yan, pupunta tayo dito. So, ito yung title, and wala pang content. So, it's up to us to write whatever we want to write down here. So, just use our markdown syntax, and the post will be created here. So, for example, copyahin ko lang yung mga nandito, yung content ng blog ko. So, paste ko lang siya dyan, and refresh ko yung nandito. Yeah. So, that's basically how you're going to write your blog entry or portfolio entry. And if you want to add images, you can just refer to the markdown syntax. You can just Google it. if you want to customize the layout of your application, the layout, the colors, basically how the application will be displayed. If you want to customize that one, you can just go to the components part and then check the layout. This is the entry point, and check out the style tag. As you can see, there's the color of the font, the color of the links, the border color of the footer. So anything, all the other components can be found here. So pwede natin siyang i-modify dito. Yung header, yung list ng post natin. So yan. After we added our new post, we can now deploy our application. So just prepare your GitHub account, and then let's try to push this project to our GitHub repository. So I just stopped my local project, and I'll try to create a new repository. Okay, so my new blog, let's call it that. Then create a repository. Okay, so we now have an empty repository. Try to initialize our application. So git init, and then copy natin to. Remove niya, and then let's try to push this one to our Git repository. Initial commit. Tapos git push origin master para ma-push natin siya dun sa master branch. Okay, so sabi niya it's done. Refresh lang natin yung GitHub page. Yan, makikita na natin dito yung project natin. Na-push na siya. So let's try to deploy this project dun sa Netlify. So if you don't have a Netlify account, just go to Netlify.com and create your Netlify account. This will host our static pages. Hosting platform naman siya. You don't have to pay anything if you're going to deploy a static website. So I'll just log in here, and yeah, dito na tayo sa Netlify page natin. So first, let's try to create a new site from our Git repository. So click natin to, new site from Git. Tapos connect to GitHub. And then authorize na natin siya. Tapos let's configure the Netlify application on GitHub para madagdag natin dito yung bago nating project. Configure. Tapos select repository. Hanapin natin yung new blog. So yan. Tapos save natin. Once na-save natin siya, makikita natin siya dito. So may new blog. Select that one, and then yan, check natin yung branch kung saan natin siya kukunin, and then yung build command niya. So every time magpupush tayo ng mga changes, magpupush tayo ng mga bagong blog posts or blog entries, the build command will be executed dito sa Netlify, and then deploy lang natin yung site afterwards. So yan, deployment is in progress after natin siya ma-click yung deploy. So antayin lang natin matapos yung deployment. So while waiting, we can modify the domain. So instead of yung jovial bell something.netlify.app, we can edit that one. So Arjay new blog .netlify.app. So save lang natin siya. Once na save natin siya, we can access this one later on pag natapos na yung deployment. So let's just go back to deploys. It's still in progress. Let's just wait for that one to finish.
How long does it take before ma-deploy siya?
It will take us usually 5 minutes. It's not that long if it's static site lang. So yun, mabilis lang siya. So we can just really set up a blog or a portfolio website in a few minutes. Yung pag-design lang, yung pag-change ng layout, doon na tayo matatagalan.
Yeah, bro. So while we're waiting, pagkwento lang namin na we created our site 2 days lang. So the entire weekend, super tagalan lang kami sa pag-customize talaga ng fonts, or like we're very particular with the layout, finding the right layout. Tapos mga forms din na gusto namin i-add. So dun talaga kami natagalan. But essentially you can do it if you're not too picky about the design, like you want the simple default the blog post, which many people are doing talaga. 1 hour tops. Yeah, swear, 1 hour tops talaga. I mean, when I did this, I just followed a blog post. I'm gonna discuss that later. I just followed a blog post na he introduced.
Okay, so published na siya ngayon. Let's just try to check if ever working ba talaga yung site natin. So, cross your fingers, click natin siya. And as you can see, nandyan na yung na-deploy na natin yung project natin. You can just access them on your end. You can try this one, Mitch, or our viewers, you can access this one, rj-new-blog.netlify.app. So, every time may changes ako, punta lang ako dun sa editor ko, punta sa post, lagay lang ako ng new file, another post.md, and then I just copy the metadata for convenience.
The metadata is required, right?
At least these 3, the title, author, and date. So once we save that one, let's status, may change tayo, add natin, commit, and git push origin master.
Okay.
So once nag-push tayo, and successful siya, in our Netlify dashboard, makikita natin dito pag ni-refresh natin siya na mag-build ulit siya. Yan, building ulit, and then antayin natin siya para lalabas siya dito sa bagong.
So what RJ just showed you guys is parang if ever we do make changes, it's not too complicated to redeploy the site. It's just a matter of saving it and pushing it to Git, and then Netlify will do its job to just deploy the site. So very, very minimal human intervention. So technology is really great at this time. So ang galing, parang I know na parang usually 1 minute yata basta updates. Like it's not 1 minute bago siya ma-publish talaga sa site, but it's really that simple. See, it's done.
Yeah, publish siya, deployed in 47 seconds. Tapos, wala pa siya dito. Pag ni-refresh natin siya, ayun, may bago na tayong entry, which is nag-duplicate lang natin siya. So, yan, ganun na talaga kabilis gumawa ng mga blog sites ngayon or portfolios without even spending too much.
This is 0 pesos, guys. 0 pesos. If you're not too picky about your domain name, if okay lang sa inyo na parang may .netlify.app, then it's okay. You can send that ibit.ly nyo lang. It's so cheap, it's so fast. So, great job, RJ.
Thanks, RJ. Thanks, RJ, sa pag-share ng yung NextJS. I think it's really interesting yung how easy it is to do one, right? So, thank you. Mina mentioned mo na, yeah, it's easy actually to build using Gatsby, create a portfolio site and push it live. And since Gatsby was actually discussed before already by Kim's previous episode, if you guys want to watch it, just click on this link. I was wondering, sa tingin mo kaya gumawa ng like this site in just like 15 minutes?
So yes, Mitch, I believe we can really do it within 15 minutes, especially if, even though you're not familiar, basta you have a guide, you can do it within 15 minutes. So before we do start the dive, I just want to do a quick intro lang. So this is my site, it's MinaOpada.com. This is my professional blog for professional stuff, where I write about tech, startups, and productivity. So this is created using GatsbyJS, and I just I created this blog within 2 days now. So just to show you guys, ito yung basis ng blog ko. So this is the blog theme that I used for my blog. That's the good thing about Gatsby. There are so many themes available online for free that you can use. So this, you can check them out here, Jamstack themes. So you can just view the demo and then view the GitHub for the instructions on how to install. So the reason why it took me 2 days is, as you can see with this blog, with this blog, it's in light mode. So I had to change everything para maging dark mode so that it's easier on the eyes. So you can check out themes here. If you do want to create a blog for a portfolio, I recommend this theme, Elemental. So it looks really good, diba? Especially if you want to write and showcase your stuff then as well. So it can be in light mode and dark mode. So automatic, and just install this theme. Okay, so let's begin.
Ready na? Okay.
Ready now. Wait, last. This is the site that helped guide me create the Gatsby blog. So, syempre, I'm not really adept sa Gatsby. Parang naisip ko lang na, okay, I want to create a blog and then use Gatsby because of the themes. And this is the blog that helped me create it. So it's very easy to follow. So this is what I'm going to use as reference while we create this site within 15 minutes. Okay, so let's start. Let's try it, Mitch. Are you ready, Mitch? Am I ready?
Dapat ikaw pero are you ready? Okay. Okay, timer.
Okay.
Timer starts now.
Okay, so we're going to first install Gatsby CLI. So I have this na in my global machine. So I'm just gonna create the blog. So this is actually the most time-consuming part. So again, like RJ said earlier, you need an npm, you need to install Gatsby, you need GitHub, and then of course for me, you have to have an IDE so that you can develop your code there. So while this will take about 3 minutes siguro, so while doing that, let's set up our GitHub, because this is where we're going to deploy the site, diba? So let's set up our repository. So assuming na you've logged in na, takes me mga 10 seconds. Repository name, Mina new blog for demo. So okay na. And then let's create our Netlify site from Git. Sign up with GitHub. Excuse me. And it's authorized. And then I have to configure it pa. So quick check. Okay, still going. And then I have to select that repository in a new blog. Okay, and then I have to save that. And then it has to be not empty so that we can access this. So at least it's all connected na. So let's see. So medyo matagal pa rin, diba? So I'm just going to introduce the tools that I use to be able to create and maintain this blog. So RJ mentioned before about Markdown. So Markdown is the language that you will use to write your blog. So so there's some syntax to it, but you don't really have to memorize all the syntax. There are editors like StackEdit.io where you can create your text like you would with an editor, and then siya na bahala mag-format ng markdown. So like ito, heading 1. Mali lang siya, like for example, I want to create a title, how to create a blog. And step 1, create, install, sorry. Step 1, install Node. Node, install Gatsby. Tapos what if I want to add an image? Di ba parang, how will I know kung paano syntax yun? So you can do this. Take too long. So again, like this, it depends on your internet connection. I think your internet connection is pretty good, pero mabigat talaga kasi siya to set up. Running Node. So you have to copy an image. Syempre, better now, the image that you copy is from Pexels or from Unsplash, because these are like stock photos that are really free for use to everyone. Ito kasi baka may copyright thing eh. Okay, so let's go back to StackEdit. So if you want to, what if I want to insert picture, diba? So you don't have to memorize syntax. You can just paste the URL. So I copy the copy image address. Sorry, copy image address, and then StackEdit, paste, and voila. You can just add the alternate lines. So you don't have to memorize this na. So sometimes, like if hindi ko sa ulo or hindi mo sa ulo yung markdown language, you can just, instead of referring to the documentation, you can use this editor. So my way to code stuff, to add a table actually, diba? So parang hindi na mahirap for you to add a table. Okay, so StackEdit is a good tool. Tapos hindi talaga ito siya dark mode. I just have this plugin installed dark reader. So I really love tools kasi I love technology. So I really go out of my way to discover tools that will make my life easier. Kasi that's what tools are for, diba? Will make your life easier. Why do manual? We can just automate.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Tapos na. Thanks, Mitchie. I am sure that most developers will agree. So you go to the blog mismo, tapos you run Gatsby Develop. So this will help us run our blog. For while we're doing that, let's add that to the workspace. What was the name? Is it this one? I forgot. This one, and then since it's still running, here kasi you can actually create a lot of terminals. And then let's just set up the Git. Git. Okay, so this, let's just check. Let's delete the .git first. Clear ls. And I'm trying to communicate with my partner here. Okay, just gonna go back and then git init here. Okay, then try to. Okay, that's perfect. Separate. Happen. Of course, in life, not everything will go smoothly. So there are some difficulties. Let me try again. No, sorry.
Try deleting it.
Okay. And then this one. So yun. So color green na siya, so sabihin pwede na siya i-deploy. Okay, so Gatsby Develop. Let's go back to the terminal. Get this one. The localhost 8000. I'm just gonna copy paste. I'm just gonna type it. Localhost 8000. And voila, this is our blog created by Gatsby, through Gatsby. So I want to change something para lang Mina's vlog. I just wanted to be mine. Then add one content. Yeah, diba? Add a folder. New post. This is the slug. So ito yung nagiging mapupunta sa URL. Pasting that. How to start a blog. Hello world. I can do it in 15 minutes.
Yes.
Yes. So the most important thing is to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so save. So when you save it here, I have to save it. It's automatically rebuilding na. And then all you have to do to see those changes take effect is to refresh the page. So it's gonna be Mina's blog na, tapos how to start a blog. So this is a perfect way to see kung anong pwede mong gawin, di ba? Like, ito yung itsura pag code, ito yung itsura pag title, etc. Okay, now we have to push this to Git. Go back to Git add, Git commit. Anong time na? Initial commit.
Wala pang 10 minutes.
Mga
9 pa lang.
Wow. Let's be creative talaga sa first I want to be creative sa first commit First commit comment. Okay, kaya yan. So since meron na yung Git, we can set it up na sa Netlify. Refresh that. So para Netlify will know that it's not an empty repository. I have to do it here again. Okay, so GitHub. Was it this one?
Mina.
Okay. Okay, nice. And then all you have to do is just click deploy, and it's building. So based on RJ's what RJ did kanina, it takes 3 minutes, right? So we can do some things naman eh. We can update the site thing. So Mina blog. So the good thing about this is you can share this link talaga. If you're not really particular about the domain name, you can share this status. People can access it once the site is deployed. So unlike before, like a couple of years ago before Gatsby.js, I think this is new, diba? For 2 years pa lang. Basta a couple of,
2 or 3.
2 or 3 years pa lang to. So 5 years ago, I started the Crafted Serendipity blog. Nagpa-host ako sa Bluehost. So it was expensive kasi like domain. Pero ito, ngayon, parang you don't even have to buy the domain. Parang it can be, okay. You don't even have to buy the domain. You can share bit.ly mo na lang yung .netlify.com, because people can access it na. You can build your own portfolio within 15 minutes, but without the content, of course. Plus, 0 pesos. I spent 0 pesos in doing this. Diba? So parang that's most effective. Pinakamaganda eh. Parang it's very cost efficient, like 0 pesos. Tapos it's very fast.
Yeah.
So parang, you have to maximize technology. There are so many possibilities. Sayang I spent 5,000 for my blog. Diba?
Yes. Buti na lang, nandiyan na si Netlify.
Oo nga eh. So I'm gonna try to refresh. Baka okay na siya. Deploy in progress. So mga 3 minutes. Mitch, what's the time?
Right now, nasa 11 minutes and 20 seconds, I think.
Okay. It's published.
There, wala pang 15 minutes.
Yay!
It's there.
Oo nga eh.
That's just like 11, mga less than 12 minutes lang yun, ha? Wow. Yeah.
Pero fairness, mabilis siya kasi I have Node installed and I have the Gatsby CLI, the command line interface installed.
Yeah.
So with that, it's more or less 15 minutes, diba?
Correct.
So this proves now we can do it within 15 minutes once you have the Node stuff installed and once you have a good enough internet connection.
Yes, agree. Nice job, Mina! Woo! Yes.
Thank you.
Ayun. So, Mina Arjay, before we end, do you like to share any advice to our viewers or listeners?
Okay, so for us, for devs, for me, don't be limited by the technology na alam mo na or tinuro sa'yo sa school. So don't be limited by one or a couple of programming languages that you know. Kasi it's so easy to learn something new. It's good and it's easy to learn something new online. I learned, again, as I mentioned, I learned React.js by creating. Learn by doing talaga pag tech eh. So I learned React.js by doing the Productive at Home site, and I learned Gatsby.js by following the blog I mentioned earlier, and then just doing this site. So I don't have to know everything. I just have to do the thing, build the product that I want. So I'm not limited by my knowledge as a C# dev, as a Java dev, as a React Native dev. Always be hungry to learn and improve.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the tech stack.
Oh,
RJ?
Okay, so my advice for other devs, if junior level pa or you're still trying to start your career in development, just keep on practicing. Experience will pay off most of your learnings. Kasi the more you learn, you need to experience the language, then the experience of doing the coding, the actual coding, the programming. So keep practicing, keep coding, and always try to find ways to learn.
Yeah, and one more thing, it's a good practice to have a personal branding site. So just like what we did. Yeah, so the best way to do this, to showcase your expertise, and actually it forces you to learn something new is to create your own site talaga. So the Mina.Opada.com and RJOsma.com, here we add tutorials, productivity tips, everything. Siguro mga tips for developers from senior to senior to junior. So mga experiences namin in the industry as business, startup enthusiasts, as developers talaga. So I encourage everyone to really try to create your own site kasi it will help you learn. So about my site, we're going to post actually the tutorial para meron kayong basahin din. Kasi medyo mabilis yung akin 15 minutes, diba? I'm gonna post
Yun, bilis
Oo nga, ang bilis na. So I'm gonna post it, yung medyo yung details nun, on my blog, Mina.Opada.com. I'm also gonna post, like, what you can do pa to add, like, how can you automate it so that it can be posted agad sa medium.com or to dev.to. Parang hindi na siya hindi na copy-paste where devs automate talaga dapat. So how to automate that to Zapier, how to add forms, etc.
Just to add, one of my greatest regrets dati is I never wrote my experiences. So kaya ngayon, nagbablog ako just to write down yung mga na-learn ko, and then later on siguro in the future I can look back and okay, ito pala yung na-learn ko at that time, and then how far I improved. At least may gauge ako kung paano ako nag-improve, how far I went, yung goal ko. So yun.
And I agree, actually, the personal branding is very important right now with the developers thing. I mean, it's not just because you're starting to build things. Kasi, like, if you really want to be noticed from, not just here in the Philippines, but abroad, you should have an online presence talaga.
Yeah.
So, I definitely encourage, our watchers to start building their own. And if meron sila, maybe they can share it sa comment or chat so that other developers can find it then. Ayun.
If you beat my time na 12 minutes, let me know then sa comments, guys.
Oo nga, labanan yun. Gagawa tayo ng isang contest lang na parang papinusan gawa ng vlogs.
Kasi what if like 100 Mbps pala yung internet nila, parang isang click lang tapos na na-download nila.
Dapat equal footing, pati internet pa rin. Di ba? Yun. Para fair. Yun. Meron ba kayong mga advice sa mga like maybe in a relationship, like then the mga fellow developers natin na stay with the same developers? Last advice bago mag-end.
Okay. For relationship, if you're like us, parang you really want to build things, try something new, or create a startup. Kasi marami yung kilala actually na parang may startup sila per co-founder nila is ka-relationship lang nila. Find a way na ma-separate talaga ang professional and personal na relationship. So kahit na magkaaway kayo, dapat may way kayo to turn that off Tapos
Wow,
that's professional.
they're
Kasi, honestly, kasi mga startups, lalo pag alam nila na couple kayo, ang concern nila is what if mag-away kayo? What if mag-break kayo? So you have to have contingency plan on that. and try to maximize your tech skills. Kasi medyo cheesy, pero before RJ, hindi ako naka-complete ng mobile app or laging parang half-baked, like pangit yung UI, basta may laging kulang.
Mm-hmm.
Pero when I met him, parang he completed the website, or he completed, not me,
the website.
He completed the mobile app. Kasi front-end, Jay.
Oh, di ba? Hindi, yun nga. Yeah.
Not me, the site and the app. So try to find your not better half. Your complement na skills.
Try to complement each other. Kasi magkaiba yung skills niyo, or may strength siya, tas complemented with other strengths. So, yun, power couple. Yung parang
yeah, that's our goal. Power couple goal. Tech start everything. How about you?
Na-imagine ko na siguro pag may t-shirt or mug, he completes my website. Hindi completes me, di ba? Ayun, no. Thank you so much, Mina and Arjay. Sobrang nag-enjoy. Sorry sa technical challenges today, pero I really appreciate your time and effort just to share your experience to other fellow developers.
So before we end, I want to thank Mitchie for inviting us to speak and share our experience. So this is a great opportunity kahit na medyo na-delay tayo because of technical difficulties. So, guys, sorry, quick backstory. Parang 2 hours kami na trying to set this up. Tapos malapit na kayo mag-give up. Sabi ni Mitchie, one last try. Tapos, oh my God, gumana siya. So 2 hours, na-push back ng 2 hours yung schedule namin. But through persistence, we succeeded. So thank you so much, Inbytes.dev.
Thank you.
For inviting us. And I hope the viewers learn something and can use this skill talaga to better their professional career.
Yeah. Same vision. Thank you, Mina and Arjay. Ayan, bago talaga magka-close and stuff, may gusto na rin kami announce. We just want to announce that we actually have updated our landing page. And nakakatuwa siya kasi we basically don't really know where Inbytes will go first. Kung newsletter lang ba kami, nag-share na kami ng mga mga opportunities to different Filipino developers. Pero we didn't realize that, Inbytes can be something even bigger by sharing stories ng mga, kwento nating kapwa Filipino developers para mas makilala pa tayo out there. So, aside from the newsletters, of course, we have Meet the Developers. We'll be sharing different developer content na gawa rin ng mga devs to other devs, and so forth and so on. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, all you can do is just come here on the site and, subscribe. And of course, if you're looking for, different things to do or different, you just want to search what's happening here in the Philippines about the Philippine developers, you can click on Discover and Explore, like meet the different developers, different events, different resources. Na actually, itong cover resources, they're basically free. Most of them are free. So, naghanap kami ng mga free, lalo na yung mga learning resources right now. Mag-e-end na sila by May 31, yung mga freebies nila. So, grab it, okay? So, you can check it all here. So, yun lang. And, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Mina and Arjay.
Thank you. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. Arjay.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yun, sige. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.